Hi, this is the Amoretti Test Kitchen and I'm Elizabeth. Today I'm going to bring you a very simple recipe. It is going to be a salted caramel creme Chocochip Cookie Cup. Oh my god, such a long name. Does it sound so hard to you? No, it is going to be as simple as making a chocolate chip cookie. So it is going to be so versatile that you can do any flavor combination with it. I'm going to do a salted caramel creme flavor and I'm going to use our very own product, the Salted Caramel Artisan, for it. And let me guarantee you, it's going to be boom, guys. So let's get started. This little tart-like choco chip cookie is going to be so versatile with flavors that you can use it for your Thanksgiving dinner party, your dessert table, or simply maybe to just snack on. Come on, let's get this started. So I'm going to drop in 1 stick or 113 grams of unsalted softened butter in there. Room temperature, of course. In goes the butter. And we are going to cream this for a full 5-minute period because this is going to be light and fluffy when I'm done with it, and that is exactly what I'm looking for here. So let's get started. So now the butter is really pale and creamy, so we're going to drop in our brown sugar. We're using light brown sugar, 3/4 cup. And along with it, we're going to have 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar. In that goes too. We're going to cream it again, and this time it's going to be really fluffy and creamy, and we will know the difference. So let's get that going. So I've actually creamed the butter and the sugars for full 5 to 8 minutes because I want to make sure the cookie is going to be light and fluffy. And so this is a step that you don't want to skip. Make sure you do it and then drop in your egg, 1 large egg in there. And let's get back to mixing on medium. Time to scrape down the sides and mix again. So let's get at it. Whenever you're making anything in a stand mixer, or if you're using even your hand mixer, make sure you scrape down the bowl and mix again because there'll be a lot of stuff under there not in the mix. So you need to give it a good scrape down and then get back at it. When that's done, it's time to add in our flavoring. So today we're using our very own vanilla bean artisan, and I have 1 tablespoon of it here. I'm going to drop it right in. That's done, and back to mixing again. Around this time, you want to switch the mixer to low and not overmix it again because we're going to add in the flour. We have 2 cups of all-purpose flour in here, and to that I'm going to add a pinch of salt and half a teaspoon of baking soda. Before it goes into the mixer, I'm going to just give it a little whisk so that it's incorporated into the flour and it's evenly distributed. There we go. It's going right in. And if you don't want it to spill all over the mixer, you can just, raise it and drop it. And mix on low. And if it's not fully incorporated, don't worry, you can use a spatula to do it. We're going to take the ball right off the mixer, and now is the perfect time to add in your mini chocolate chips. So make sure that you use mini chocolate chips for it because you don't want the regular chocolate chips jutting from the cookie cups and not flushed with the surface. So this is the perfect thing to use for it. Mini chocolate chips. You can use semi-sweet or you can use milk chocolate, dark chocolate, whatever you like. So there it goes. And now finish mixing it with a spatula. And this is not going to be a mix that's like your regular choco chip cookie dough because it's gonna be pliable and you can easily put it into little cupcake cavities in your mini cupcake tray and make the cups. So for making the cup, you can either use the small tray like this one that I'm going to use today, or you can use silicone ones. I did try it with the silicone ones to make the cookie cups, but let me tell you, it didn't work very well, so I don't recommend it. You can make jello shots or maybe just chocolate cups with it, but for baking it in an oven, it was not working. So no silicone for me. You can try it and let me know if you make it work. There we have it. We have the choco chip mixed in really well with the cookie dough, and restrict yourself from putting your hand in there. I was so going to do it. It's so yummy, and edible choco chip dough is such a hot item these days. So here I have the mini cupcake tray. So this is what we're going to use today, but you're totally free to use a tray with a bigger cavity that has a little more depth to it, so that you get like a bigger shot of cookie cup. But I think this works perfect, so I'm just going to put in like, eyeball it, but you can use a cookie scoop if you want to, but I'm just going to eyeball it today. So we'll just divide the dough into it and then start shaping it. Little trick that you can use to shape your cups in the tray. So you can actually use a rolling pin or something that has like a round tip, and then just do this, like smoosh it in, and then you get the cups just ready. And if you want, you can just go around with your hand and perfect the sides. Here we have the cookie cups all shaped into the tray. So I'm using a non-stick tray, so I didn't spray it because I'm so sure it'll come off. But if you're using something that sticks, make sure you use like cooking spray in there before you shape the cups. So it's all done. Now people, it's cooking time. Oven's at 350 F or 180 C, and it's going in for 8 to 10 minutes. So now it's the time to make the salted caramel creme. We have a hard-bottomed saucepan on the stove, and we're starting off with 1 cup or 240 ml of regular full-fat milk. And we're going to add to it our vanilla bean artisan, and I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of it in. There it goes. Next up, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of granulated white sugar, and keep it on medium flame, not low, not full flame. You don't want to burn your custard, so we'll give this a stir and we'll watch it while it's gonna boil. Like, we're gonna watch for the first few bubbles to appear and give it the time it needs. While the milk is boiling, let's get on with the egg yolks. We have 3 egg yolks in here, and I'm going to whisk it until it's creamy and light. So just give 1 whisk like this, and then drop in 3 tablespoons of regular white granulated sugar, and continue whisking until it's creamy and light. So now that the egg yolks are light and creamy, time to add in the cornstarch. We're going to do 2 to 3 tablespoons of regular cornstarch. Drop it in, mix it in. The cornstarch is all mixed in, and while the first bubbles appear on the milk, we're going to temper the egg yolks with the milk. We're going to drop in a bit of the milk into the egg mixture and give it a mix. So this is how we temper it, and this mix, the egg mix, is going to go right back into the milk mix, and we're going to continue heating it up. And make sure you continue to whisk it. You don't want any egg yolk or milk to get burned or curdled. So this is how you do it. Make sure the flame is on medium. You don't want the milk to burn, so keep it on medium and keep stirring. So the mix is going to thicken up and come right off the side. So that's what we are looking for. And make sure you don't take your hands off the whisk. Keep whisking. I'm going to thicken up in a few minutes. The mix is thickening up, and now we're going to lower the flame and keep it on the flame still. And when it comes together, and comes off the sides of the pan, that's the time you're going to switch off the flame and add in the butter. We have 1 tablespoon of butter. It can be at room temperature or even cold because it's going to right away melt in. While that's done, just take it off, drop in the butter, and now you can switch to a spatula and keep mixing. The custard's all ready, the butter is all melted in, and now's the time to transfer it to a glass bowl and refrigerate it with a sealing of plastic wrap to prevent it from crusting. And if you want the custard to be like super smooth and silky, you can always strain it. So that's a tip. And if you have the extra time, why not? So that's all in, and we're gonna put a cling wrap over it and refrigerate it. I have the custard all cling wrapped. We're gonna pop this in the fridge for 4 to 5 hours or maybe overnight, and let's see how this comes off. So I have my cookie cups out of the oven. It's cooled down and it's looking perfect. But if you guys find it a little, swelled up because of the baking soda in there, you can always have the rolling pin to the rescue, and just while it's still hot, you can just dent it like this to form the perfect cup shape. I have the cookie cups ready, and it's time to decorate these babies. I have some hot milk chocolate. You can use semi-sweet chocolate, milk chocolate, or dark chocolate. And for the final touch, I have some fun fall looking festive sprinkles to go on top. Time to get the cookie cups out of the tray, and if they're going to give you any trouble, just try turning it and jimmying it so just it comes right off. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the first 2 cups. I'm just going to dip it in chocolate like this. Just tap the excess off and gonna dip that in sprinkles. Woohoo! Looks like a donut to me. Yeah, so we're gonna do the same thing to all the cookie cups, and you can use any kind of sprinkles, any kind of chocolate dip, or even just leave it as it is. So here we have a few of the cookie cups decorated. We're going to pop this in the fridge and let the chocolate and the sprinkles set. It'll just be a minute or 2 and we'll be back. Here we have the chilled custard out of the fridge. Now we're going to make the salted caramel creme for it. I'm going to drop in half a cup of chilled heavy whipping cream and whip it to stiff peaks with 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar in there. There we go. Let's get whipping. So we have the chilled whipping cream whipped to stiff peaks, and now we're gonna give the custard a gentle whip. I'm gonna add the whipped custard into the cream, and along with it 1 tablespoon of our salted caramel artisan. It's so good and it's going to smell heavenly in here. I'm so in love with it. It's like that fall homely feel that you get once you get this in here, mix it and drop it into that cup. It's gonna have that really cozy smell that I really love about fall. So we'll give this a gentle mix and then whip it up with a blender. On low speed to start with and then to medium. We have the cream all ready, and now we're going to transfer it to a piping bag fitted with an open star nozzle. You can use any artisan or any extract for flavoring the creme, but I highly recommend our salted caramel one because it's so good. It tastes so fall-like, and I'm always a fan of salted caramel, so highly recommend it. Now let's get to the piping part. I'm just gonna grab the cookie cups out of the fridge and then we're gonna pipe away. We have our cream in here and we're gonna pipe now. I love it that it only holds the perfect amount of cream for a bite-sized tart, so you can just pipe it like this, a little swirl, and you're done. You can finish it off with a little drizzle of milk chocolate, and that's it. We are done with our salted caramel creme choco chip cookie cups. You can flavor them whichever fun flavor that you want. Even go wild and maybe do like cotton candy or burnt sugar, and we have it all here at Amoretti. It's all up to you for grabs. So pick the flavor you want, get online, shop our cart, and there we go. We have the most beautiful flavorings that you have ever seen. Here we have our salted caramel creme choco chip cookie cups. You can flavor them with any kind of extract and make it your own custom flavors, but I have here a variation. I have chocolate buttercream in here, and I have our s'mores flavoring in here. So this is like s'mores buttercream, and of course the ones that we did right now, these ones are the salted caramel cream ones. The final reveal, I'm gonna take a bite and see how these little babies are. I love how they are bite-sized, and it just goes into like a one pop treat, but I think I'll bite half of it because my mouth is small. Let's see. I love it, and I think I have cream all over me. I don't care. This is how it looks. Looks pretty like a little cupcake to me, like with an edible cup to it, so you can eat the whole thing. Ta-da! Thank you for coming into the Amoretti Test Kitchen today. Hope you guys loved the video, and if you do, please hit the like button, subscribe our channel, and also get onto our social media at Amoretti on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Thanks a ton, guys. We here at Amoretti love you. Come love us back.